Hi, Jake.
Can we talk about how you spent way too much money on your light?
Sure. I don't feel like I spent way too much money, though, if it actually works.
Yeah, but you have been having problems with it where it only works if you charge it.
No, that's a new problem that just started today.
What about
Well,
last
last
week
week.
when it started? Yeah,
Okay, I said last week. I didn't know that it was because it wasn't charged, though, so I didn't try to charge it for today.
but you shouldn't have to charge it, especially for the amount that you paid for that light.
Oh, well, I want to, whatever. Leave me alone. It
But
makes my face look pretty on the screen, and I'm happy with it.
in your defense, I was supposed to order a light and I didn't do that. So it's kind of my fault.
This is what happens when you leave me to my own devices. I spend way too much money on shit because I
Yeah.
don't know these tech things like lights and bullshit.
These tech things.
I don't know how lights work.
How are you?
Fantastic.
Who are
But
you?
not really. I'm Ricki,
I'm Jake.
and you're listening to 20 Somethings Doing Nothing.
Why are you not fantastic?
Well, I woke up with a lot of pain in my shoulder. Sorry, I keep looking down because all my wires are crossed.
No.
I woke up with such a pain in my shoulder, and it's been bothering me all day.
You should take some Advil.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
You need some
Stupid.
stronger stuff.
Yeah, I do. Which I
Oh,
can't do until I'm done recording this podcast.
I'm not stopping you, just saying.
I'm stopping myself
Well, that's your decision,
for
not
everyone
mine.
involved.
What is with these fucking drinks? What are they sponsoring you? They fucking paying you every episode to drink these stupid, disgusting drinks? Why are you drinking every fucking episode? You're drinking these disgusting things.
I literally almost spit it on my very expensive light and my very expensive computer. And that would have been really shitty because I don't think you have that kind of money to replace it, Jake Fur.
No, I do not.
So don't make me laugh when I'm drinking things. I always drink it at night because it has CBD in it. So it's like very calming.
I really hate how white this light makes me look.
That's not the light's fault, Jake.
It's true, but it should make me look a little better. Maybe I should turn it down. It's supposed to make me look good.
Most things in life are actually your fault, not other people's.
That's a very good point. I think if more people lived with that mindset, then this world would be a better place.
I mean, you have something specific that you fucked up recently
What did I fuck up?
that we need to discuss. You
Uh-oh.
don't know how to text the proper people when you're talking to certain people.
Oh no, Ricki.
You do that classic thing where you text the wrong person all the time.
Ricki, it happens way too often to me.
I'm actually concerned as to what you are doing with your life.
So it happened yesterday, was this?
Yes.
2 days ago? Whatever.
And this is like the third time that I know of, at least.
Right. So I said to you, holy shit, I sent the wrong text. And you said again. And I'm like, what do you mean again? And you're like, you did that recently. And I was like, oh shit, I forgot I did that recently.
While you were on the phone with me.
Yeah. So the problem is that I'll send a text while I'm doing something else. And then I don't realize that I'm sending the text to the wrong person. So there's been 3 times that it's happened that's been really bad. One time was whenever we were in an office. So that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, many moons ago.
And I was debating
a whole
on this
different
big
lifetime.
literally, I was debating on this big life decision, and I was trying to text my coworker who was sitting across from me, and I wanted to say, luckily I'm single AF because it will make this decision a lot easier. But instead of sending it to my coworker, I sent it to the girl that I was seeing.
Wait, I didn't know about that one. You are so stupid. Oh my God, Jake.
Yeah. That was what you're doing right now was me for like 2 hours straight.
Just hand to face in just sheer disappointment.
Yeah. It was bad.
Oh my God.
I felt like a horrible person.
You should feel like,
But at the end of the day, I was single as fuck, and we weren't anything exclusive or whatever.
nobody
And even
wants that as
though
a random text throughout the
I
workday.
know nobody wants to hear that, but it was true. And she was really mad, but I wasn't wrong. But it still
Oh
sucked.
my.
It still sucked a lot.
Oh, thank you for
Yeah.
that laugh. I needed
You're
that.
welcome.
Like really bad. That just made my whole day.
It didn't even end up working out. I worked so hard to recover from that one, and then it just didn't work out.
Yeah, that makes sense. Then what was the other really bad time?
So the other one,
Is this the one where you were on the phone with me? Or which one is yeah, that one was really bad. Really bad. Like to the point where I was even like, ooh, I would be embarrassed. And I'm never embarrassed. And when you had said, holy shit, Ricki, I really just fucked up and told me what you did. I was like, there's another situation where there's no recovering from that.
so our old coworker Ronnie, also my very good friend,
We love
his
Ronnie.
his dog passed away recently, and he was closer to this dog than anyone in his
Mm-hmm.
life. And I sent him a card when Buttons passed away, and it was like a sympathy card, and it had a picture of him and Buttons in the card, and it was really nice. And the place that I sent the card through, I was like, did it through this website. They send you a picture of what it looks like before the person sends it.
Right. And you were
Like
explaining
somebody,
to me how amazing this whole just like website is and what they do because we want to use them for certain things. So you're trying to show me how great they are.
so instead of sending you the picture of his card, I sent Ronnie the picture of his card.
Which is like, why do you want me to relive this all over again, dude? Like, why? What did he ever say to you?
He never responded to it.
Oh my God, Jake. Because he probably was like, what the fuck is this?
Let me see what I said to him. It was really bad. Why are we reliving all these moments?
Honestly, I just like whenever you fuck up because it makes me feel better about the
I
person
said,
that I
whoops,
am.
wrong text. And then that was on September 29th. And then on October 12th, he said, happy birthday.
Okay, at least he wished you a happy birthday.
Yeah. That's just
So
so awkward.
he can't hate you that much for
It's
making
just
him
so
relive
awkward.
a very, very sad moment of his life.
Yeah.
Okay,
So then, wait, there's more.
the third one that happened recently.
Welcome to Jake's fucked up life.
I love it here.
So you and I, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
You and I were supposed to record yesterday, and we didn't because we had a lot of other things to do. And we ended up getting a lot done, and it was great. And I was so productive, and I was doing a ton of things. And so I was like on my computer typing away, whatever. And I was like, hey, Siri. And I was like, text Ricki. And she's like, okay, what would you like to say? And I was like, do you have a mic stand for that microphone? And then she's like, okay, would you like to send it? And I said, yes. And then it sent it, and I looked at it, and I realized the Ricki that I sent it to was not you. It was it
Was it?
was my ex's mom, whose name also happens to be Ricki.
Which I didn't know that.
Neither did I.
I had no idea that her name was Ricki. So when you had sent it to me originally, and I like clicked to open it because you were like, oh my God, I did it again. And I opened it, I was like, who is this Ricki? And then you told me who it was.
And
And
then I was
I
like,
was like, damn. I literally looked at AJ and I go, oh, Jake just fucked up.
and I said, oops, sorry, wrong text. Hope you're doing well. And she sent me a really nice text back. So it was really nice.
I'm actually crying, laughing right now because this just
So
always brings me such joy.
thanks. The only reason that I noticed is because you are one of the few people in my phone that are just first name, no last name. Because 99% of people on my phone have first name, last name.
Yeah, like all the people on my phone do.
So you know how when you have an iPhone on the top, it says the initials.
Yeah.
So you would be RS,
Mm-hmm.
but you and my phone are just R, right? So I
Yeah.
know that the circle just says R. And when I looked at the text, it was like RB. And I was like, oh, shit.
Wrong R.
Luckily, you and I send some really fucked up text messages.
This is okay. So that's exactly what AJ had said to me. So when I had said to my boyfriend, like, oh no, Jake just fucked up, he was like, that could have been so much worse for him. I wouldn't even
Way
call that a
worse.
fuck up because the things that you guys say to each other,
No,
it
we say
could have
some
been so bad.
we say some messed up shit. So it could have been really, really bad.
Like so much worse to the point where she probably would have went to your ex and been like, you dodged a bullet. It is
The
a
funny
good
thing-
thing that you and him are not together anymore.
The funny thing about this, well, she probably still says that, but the funny thing about that Brandon, you're drinking. The funny thing about this is
Every time I'm drinking, every time I'm drinking, you have to try to make me laugh.
I just deleted my ex's number out of my phone
Did you really?
because she has the same name as my brother.
Right.
So every time I say, hey Siri, text Colby, it texts her instead of texting my brother.
So why would you not
So-
delete her mom's contact too?
I didn't remember that I had her mom's number
Ah, okay.
until this moment. When I was
Yeah,
like,
until you
"Text Ricki."
fucked up. Wait, so I have a random question. What is Ricki short for her mom, or is it just Ricki?
I have no idea. I think it's just Ricki.
I'm just so curious because everybody always asks me that, and I'm like, what the hell would Ricki really be short for?
Do you want me to ask her? Because we had a great conversation the other day.
I'm so curious. So if you could just take a sec and quickly ask her.
I have to take a hard pass on that one.
Damn it. I guess I don't really need to know. It's just I don't really get to meet or know of any other Rickies. I've never met her, but I never
She
really
spells
get
it
to
different.
know. Yes, I saw that in the contact on the picture that you sent me,
She was Rikkie, I think.
which is very different from the other Rickies that I've seen. I normally see Rikki.
Never seen that one.
Yeah, that's normally the Ricki that I see for a girl.
So I just need to stop texting people, I think is the moral of the story.
Or stop telling Siri to text people and just use the hands that you know work so well, you know?
But that was the only time I've ever done it with Siri.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so it's also just you as a person.
Most of the time it's me just being a fucking idiot.
So I have this fear of doing what you do all the time. So I double, triple, quadruple check the people that I'm texting sometimes. Like if I know it's about something that's fucked up or if I know it's about someone else, I have to like triple fucking check to make sure.
Same, but this one wasn't a bad text, so I wasn't checking.
I guess, yeah, I get that. But clearly you keep texting people that aren't the right people to text. So maybe you should just triple check anyways all the time.
That's a lot of work.
Okay, keep fucking up. I tried to help you.
I don't know. It's just every time I'm distracted, I need to just stop texting while I'm doing other things.
But then you're going to forget to do the text that you wanted to text.
It's fine. Then I won't fucking send the wrong text by accident and be like, I'm single as fuck when I'm actually seeing someone.
Okay, solid point. That one might be the worst one out of all of them.
Well, I'm not seeing anyone right now, so I could text anyone anything and it doesn't really matter.
I'm very happy for you that you're single as fuck.
Right now, I'm legitimately single as fuck.
That's what I'm saying. I'm very happy for you. I think this is good for
Thanks.
you. There's only beneficial things to come from this.
Can we, real quick, I know we have other things to get to, but can we talk about that person that followed us?
Sure. I don't know what person you're talking about.
Remember the girl that I followed and then she followed me and the podcast?
Oh, right. Yes.
So real quick, Hinge reposted this girl and I was like, oh, she's cute. Let me follow her. So I followed her and then she followed me back. And not only did she follow me, she also followed the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think I should slide into her DMs?
I'm always going to say yes to that.
But she lives in Texas.
Then no, I take it back. That's way too far. You're going to get yourself into something that you don't want to be a part of.
All right. Well, next topic. That was a good solution. The answer is no. Don't pursue that.
Don't do
But I'm
that.
also not pursuing anything right now. So that's also a good answer.
Yeah, I'm here to back that whole decision up. I want you to do you, live your life, not think about anybody else right now. Because it really is
Fuck
an
yeah.
invigorating feeling.
Hell yeah. And I'm glad that you're here to support me through that.
Always, Jake Ford, always.
So,
What I don't support is the next thing we're going to talk about.
weddings?
We're going to talk about weddings. Well, you know I don't support weddings. I like other people's weddings, though.
Oh, I'm like, what do you mean you don't support weddings?
You know I don't like
Where
weddings.
are you going with this?
You know I think marriage is a load of crap.
Right. So, besides the fact that you think that marriage is a load of crap, right now there's a pandemic, right? Whether you believe in
No
coronavirus or not,
way.
if
There's
you
a
don't believe in
pandemic right
coronavirus,
now.
if you don't believe that the
What is
coronavirus
this
is real,
coronavirus?
maybe you need to.
Is beer killing us? What? No one told me.
So people are having life events, right? Life events happen even when there's a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are having tiny gatherings outdoors. A lot of people are just going to City Hall. I'm talking about weddings if you're not catching on.
Yep.
And you got that?
I got that because I said I hated weddings to start with. So I figured,
Yeah.
for
I
those
just
who
want
are
to make sure
actually paying attention.
everyone's caught up.
Okay, great. We're all caught
Right?
up. I hate weddings. Jake's talking about weddings. And apparently there's a pandemic happening that no one told me about.
Okay, so stop doing whatever else the fuck you're doing and listen to this podcast. So there's a pandemic and people are having weddings. And you and I are in the same situation where we both were invited to an indoor wedding
Mm-hmm.
that is going to have a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
that is within the next month or two.
It's next month. Mine, yeah.
Yours is in December.
November.
Okay, so ours
It's
was
still like 2 weeks.
the weddings that we were invited to were, I guess, the same weekend.
Really? Was it November 7th?
Nope, not the same
Is
weekend.
it the same wedding? That'd be really fucking weird. Could you
So you and I-
imagine if it was
that would
just
be
like,
weird.
wait,
Nah.
no.
My wedding was going to be November 20th. Not my wedding. The wedding I was invited to. I'm not getting married. Your wedding was November 7th. So you are going to the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
The person's wedding that I was going to, they texted me and said, hey, just want to make sure you're still coming to the wedding. Like, I need to get the proper head count. And I said, honestly, I'm not really comfortable being inside with that many people. I'm going to see my parents the week after because it's Thanksgiving. So I'm like, sorry, I'm going to have to bail on your wedding. And she's like, totally understand. But you are going to a wedding.
Yes,
indoors.
I am. Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck are you going to an indoor wedding?
Well, Jake, you see, like, let me think of why I'm going. So AJ's in the wedding and he's a groomsman. And we didn't know if the wedding was going to happen or not. Like, it's been up in the air literally until last month. Like, we just got the full-fledged invitation to send in the end of last month because they've been going back and forth with whether or not they were going to do it. Apparently, per state guidelines, the amount of people that they're going to have at their wedding is like totally fine. Per state guidelines.
Okay.
Because all of these venues are at 25% capacity now.
Okay.
So I guess they had kicked people out of the wedding because it was originally supposed to be a really large wedding. But I'm guessing they like cut it down and dwindled it down to what was state legal. And that makes me feel better, obviously. Because then I kind of think of it like this. I'm going to eat dinner out at a restaurant.
Well, that's where we differ also because I ate. Fuck, I hope my mom's not listening to this. I ate.
She definitely is. She listens
Mom,
every week.
If you're listening to this, they told me she listens in the shower one time, and I was like, that's kind of weird because we talk about weird shit and like, don't listen to this in the shower.
Well,
Also,
I
like,
actually
don't
get
listen
that.
to this at all.
But well, we keep telling her not to listen.
Yeah.
She keeps listening. But I get the listening in the shower thing. I listen to a lot of podcasts and things in the shower. Mostly
Yeah,
music,
but like,
though. I like sing my guts out.
If you're my mom, just like stop, just turn it off. So I ate indoors once. Oh God, I really hope she's not listening to me. She's gonna kill me. I ate indoors once, and I'm just like, it was not comfortable at all because even though you're at a table away from people when you're taking your mask off, like you're still breathing in everyone's air. And I'm like, I'm cool hanging out with you indoors or like hanging out with somebody that I'm close with indoors or like somebody that I know where they've been. But I don't want to be with a bunch of strangers breathing in their air right now when there's no reason for that.
I get that. Like I completely understand that. It's just like I said, I've been eating indoors though. So I just look at it like I'm at a restaurant.
I just see. I guess it's different because I don't. I the thought of eating indoors right now. Ugh.
The
Like, doesn't it
shocking
freak you
part,
out? Doesn't it freak you out that the numbers are rising?
yeah, like for sure. But I mean, it's been freaking me out since it started. I've just been trying to take care of myself as much as I can, like washing my hands all the time, always having hand sanitizer, wearing my mask, staying away from people as far as I can. Like I've been watching out for myself most, like first and foremost, and it's been working, knock on wood. Um I
As far
also
as you know.
yeah, as far as I know, I swear I already had coronavirus, not that that really means anything because they don't know if you can get it again after you already have it. They keep going back and forth with that. So, not that that's an excuse, but I like literally all I can do is just keep looking out for myself and hope that by me looking out for myself, I'm also looking out for other people and helping them.
See, I would say though that by eating indoors, you're not looking out for yourself.
I guess, but they're doing state mandated guidelines and I'm just kind of going with it, hoping for the best, to be entirely honest with you. And also, if AJ wasn't in the wedding, we probably would second guess it.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of was my thing. It's like I would love to be there and see this person get married and witness this important day in their life, but we're not super close anymore. And it's not like it's my best friend. And I didn't really feel 100% like I needed to be there. So
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't really a hard decision to be like, no thanks.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. This is one of AJ's best friends, though. He's literally a groomsman in the wedding.
Oh, see, that's hard. Okay. People are probably going to give me shit for this.
Okay. I love this. Give him shit.
I think it's inconsiderate to throw a large indoor wedding right now with the circumstances. I think it's inconsiderate to the people that you're inviting because it's AJ's one of AJ's good friends, right? So like how can AJ say no to that, right? Like how can
Mm-hmm.
he be like, sorry, I'm not going to go to your wedding? It's like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? To me, that person throwing the wedding is like, it's kind of fucked up. Like
Yeah,
you're giving people the choice of like, you can see me get married or you can be a terrible friend and not come to my wedding.
totally get that. Completely understand where you're coming from for sure. And I would agree with you on that 100%, especially if it were a classic New Jersey wedding with 300 fucking people inside, because that's a lot of New Jersey weddings I've noticed. Um, but they had to dwindle down their
Yeah, but
guests.
how many people is it going to be?
I don't know. I think right now New Jersey state law is like 25% capacity. So let's actually figure this out real quick. Because I think it's going to be. So I was in a wedding, as you know, in August, and it was all outside. Like everything was outside.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, which is awesome. And it was a small wedding. I think there was less than 80 people actually at the wedding. So that was great. And I like neither of us felt uh unsafe at any point or like it was not dealt with properly. Like everybody had to wear their masks when they went up to go get food, or if they had to get up to go to the bathroom, they had to wear their mask. Like anytime they had to wear their mask, the only time that they didn't is while they were on the dance floor. Like they didn't have to wear their mask on the dance floor, which the dance floor was like teeny tiny. Like there wasn't really that many people dancing anyways. It wasn't a big deal. But I felt safe because it was outdoor. This is a little different because it is inside. And I'm so curious to see like just how many people can fit inside this place. I'm sure it can fit so many. Okay, so I also don't know which room it's in, so this isn't going to work out very well.
Just use any room as the lowest room. Let's take that.
The lowest room it can accommodate 80 to 150 guests.
So what's 25% of 80?
That's what I was about to ask.
16.
Why are you even trying to do this in your head?
80 minus 24. I think.
Are you doing the math right?
No, wait. 25% of 80 is 24.
So 24 less than 80 then is what are you
No,
saying? You're saying 24 people are
you
allowed
said
at the wedding?
25% of capacity, right?
It's 25. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be 25% capacity. I
Okay,
think that's the
so
last I checked.
25% of 80 is 20.
Okay. So that can't be
So
right.
there can only be 20 people.
That can't be right.
Either way, I don't want to be with 20 people that I'm not in a room that I'm breathing their air.
Oh, interesting. So in New Jersey, outdoor wedding ceremonies can be held as long as they have the limits on blah, 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 which is 500 people at a time.
What?
So that's for outdoors, which is kind of crazy. So, okay, this is from August and
Who
it
who
says
Ricky, who
what?
the fuck is having 500 people at a wedding?
I Jake, it was
Elvis's wedding was 300 people, and that was a lot of people.
I'm sure he could have invited 500. I could invite
He,
500 people if I
I could
really
invite
wanted to.
500 people. I don't want any of those people at my wedding, but I could invite them.
Yeah, but some people like bigger weddings for some reason.
Shit, you paying like $100 a plate? That's like 500 times $100 people.
Okay, so basically it says that those will be capped at the lesser of either 25% capacity or 150 individuals. So the max amount of people allowed inside are 150 for the wedding, which is a lot more than I thought.
100. If you walk into an indoor space with 150 people, you're telling me you would be like, oh yeah, fine.
No, I just said to you that's a lot more than I thought they allowed.
Fuck, well, I hope for your sake that it's not that many people, because
Yeah,
that's no, thank you.
I'm in it now. So
Just takes one person. Just takes one person.
I know, Jake. I know. Well,
But don't.
hope for the best. I'm gonna wear my mask for as much of it as I possibly can.
Oh God, that's so scary.
I will get tested afterwards.
See,
After
that's smart.
after 4 days, because it's supposed to be 4 or 5 days.
I think it's
That
like 5 to 7 or something.
I think they changed it to 4.
We should probably look that up because that's probably important.
But well, because yeah, so it is 4 because
You're just
I
pulling this out of your ass.
no, because AJ's whole school has a whole plan for like when somebody gets COVID and or if somebody's been in contact with somebody who has COVID. So he was running through the whole thing with me, and it's 4 days after that you have to get tested.
Tonight, I went to a restaurant outdoors. Mom,
Mhm.
you're welcome. And they took everyone that was in my party, it was 3 people. They took our name and our phone number.
Yeah, that's what they'll do at a lot of places now. So the place I go to get my nails done, they take your temperature when you first walk in, they make you hand sanitize yourself, and then they take your phone number and your name down on a piece of paper, and everybody gets like their own sheet.
I remember when this was all first starting and I went to a restaurant. I actually was on a date in Jersey City and they took our name and our phone number and we're like, what the fuck is going on? And now we're like, shit, now it makes sense.
Oh, totally, 100%. But I will get tested afterwards just to be sure that
That's
everything's okay.
smart.
I'm trying to be as smart as I can about this.
Well, you're going to an indoor wedding, but getting tested makes it a little better, I guess.
I gotta do what I gotta do, Jake Ford.
I don't know. I don't know.
If your best friend was getting married right now, would you not go if it was indoor? You're the best man in your best friend's wedding. What if
He
he
wouldn't
was?
do that. He wouldn't do it.
That's not the question, Jake. The question is, what if he decided that he was getting married next month and that he was going to have an indoor wedding? What would you do?
He's not
That
because
is
he's not
not
going to do
the
that.
goddamn hypothetical question. You heard the
this
hypothetical
this
question.
hypothetical question is not realistic because it's not even
That's the whole
hypothetical.
goddamn point of the hypothetical question is that it isn't realistic.
I would go.
I know you would. So that's my point. This is my point. This is AJ's.
This is my point. People need to stop making these fucking terrible decisions for people. Stop getting married in a fucking pandemic. Wait until shit calms down.
You heard it here from Jake.
It's so crazy because that's the thing. You're right. Like, what if my best friend was getting married right now? I would have to go.
Exactly. You're not left with much of a choice.
Like, can you not? Here's my thing. I don't know if this is if this is like not right because I'm not in this situation.
Mm,
If I had somebody that I want to spend the rest of my life with, can I not wait another year to get married?
I agree. I'm with you on that. But everybody
Now,
has the
listen,
whole idea that they get engaged and then have to get married within the year that they're engaged.
right. So I get it, right? You want to get married, you want to have this party, you want to do, but the world is fucking falling apart right now.
Mm.
Just fucking wait.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Just enjoy the time you have with that person. I don't have anybody to enjoy that time with. Imagine yourself in my shoes. I'm lonely as fuck.
You're
I don't
so
have anybody
stupid. It's been
to
like
plan.
1 week. Get over yourself.
It's been like a week and a half, okay?
Oh my God.
Also,
I don't even want to hear it.
I wasn't in a relationship, so it's technically been like a year and a half.
Okay. That's not, no, no, no. We're not going that way. We're not taking that route. Nope.
So we're going the route of like you were with somebody but not like in a relationship.
Yes.
All right, I guess it's true because it's better than being single.
Oh my God. Being
Although I
single
still
is
was single.
great too, though. You get to
I
do so many things while
know.
you're single that you can't do when you're in a relationship.
Like,
Like fully focus on yourself. Like make whatever the fuck you want for dinner. Don't ever consult the other person. You get to sleep in your own bed, roll around that motherfucker all you want without another person on top of you, making you hot or stealing your covers and making you cold.
so I'm just in this weird spot now where like
Those
I
are just little
love
things.
those are little things, yeah. I'm in this weird spot where I love being single. I love all of those things. I
It's
love
not
that
a
I
weird
don't.
spot.
No, no, no. The weird spot though is that I love being single, but I also really want to be with someone. You can't have your fucking cake and eat it too.
No, you can't. I think that's a
You know
normal
what?
feeling. I think a lot of people feel that way at certain points while they're single. They're like, oh, I really want to be with somebody. But it's nicer to be single right now and to work on you and focus on you, especially right now with everything going
Well,
on. Dating isn't that easy during a pandemic, Jake.
yeah, but I could also argue that it would be nicer to have somebody right now during all this craziness.
So, what are you going to do? Get COVID testing before you guys make out?
No.
Okay, so then what are you going to do then? Not get COVID testing and then just make out and hope for the best? You were just
I
shitting on me
mean,
for going to an indoor wedding where I am not making out with a stranger.
I'm not saying I haven't made stupid decisions. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying indoor wedding, not my cup of tea right now.
Okay, and now there should be making out with a random person while you're dating someone because you don't know where they've been.
Did you have this in your back pocket the whole time? Because I must say it's a
Maybe
very
I
good
did.
it's a very good argument.
Maybe I was waiting for this right moment to shove it in your face.
Well, that was a wonderful decision and you dropped it right at the perfect time.
That's what I'm here for, Jake.
I don't know.
Slap
I'm
you
just
with some
gonna
reality every so often.
enjoy my life right now.
And you should. It's all I want
Dude,
for you.
I hate that drink.
Cheers.
Yeah. Okay. I have a question for you.
Oh, yes. This question that I've been dying to hear. It better
It's a
be
little
good.
weird that you say that.
Okay. Is it about dying?
Kind of. So, would you give a year off of your life for something? Is there something that you would be like, yes, I would give 1 year. I would willingly give I would live 1 year less in order to make this happen?
Like it could be literally anything.
Yeah, I have something in mind.
I would say there's got to be something.
Well, what is it? Mine would be, so I never met my mom's mom. My dad never even met my mom's mom because she passed away when my mom was younger.
Okay.
I would give 1 year off of my life to meet my mom's mom.
Oh, that's really fucking cute.
It makes me kind of emotional.
I feel emotional after hearing it, especially because mine wasn't nearly going to be as nice as that.
What the fuck was yours gonna be?
I don't know, but it wasn't going to be that nice. My thought process went immediately to like make $50 million
Honestly, it's not a bad answer.
for a year less of life. Because like think about if you have all of that money, the life that you can live. Who cares if it's one less year?
So, a lot of people would argue to your point that money doesn't equal happiness, but there's a lot of things I want in life that I need a lot of money for.
And I agree with that totally 100%. I do not think that money equals happiness by any means. Like I'm not that kind of person who's like, "Oh, I need money otherwise I'm a miserable fuck." Like I don't care about that. Otherwise I would have never, if I cared about money, I would not have gone into radio.
Preach.
I would have
Holy
got
fuck.
I would have went to law school and became a lawyer like all of my family wanted me to, because it was between going to law school and going into radio. So cared about money, I would have done that. So I don't care about money. It's just that like if given the chance, like in a hypothetical crazy world of you get one wish type of thing, but we have to take a year off of your life, I feel like I'd be stupid not to say that I would want money.
I would love to hear from somebody that would say no. They would say, no, there's no fucking way I would give a year off my life to do anything.
Well,
Because I
I
want
would
to
be
know.
curious what they would do instead of that they think is so important. Like yours makes sense. I get what you're saying. I love that idea. But it's like, I wonder what then is so amazing for them. Because obviously, for you, your amazing moment would be to meet your mom's mom. For me, my amazing moment would be to have $50 million and do whatever the fuck I want with my life until I die.
Well, I'm not saying meeting my mom's mom is the only thing that I would do to give a year off my life. If you're like,
Like,
hey, I'll give you $50 million to kill you a year earlier, I'd be like, fuck it, let's go.
because my whole idea is like, you don't know when you're going to die. There's no, oh, I know I'm going to live to be 75. So if they chop off a year of my life, I'll live to be 73 and I can do this or that or whatever. Like, you don't know when that time frame is. So I would just want the money because I'd be like, let me do as much as I possibly can within the time frame that I have. Maybe the year that I have is just was going to be 2 more years, but now it's 1 more year. Then I have a whole year of like traveling with my family and doing the things that I want to do that I think are exciting, donating to charities and helping people in need, shit like that, to have a more
So,
fulfilling last year.
ugh.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, does that make
I
sense?
I was talking to my friend the other day about like living your life versus living,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
We
there's a
talk about
difference
this all the
between
time.
like, right, there's a difference between like living and like living,
Mm-hmm.
like really truly living your life.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is like, how do I have that balance of how do I truly live the life that I want to live while also being able to physically live,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like making money, whatever that is.
Having a house and a car and being healthy and things like that. I get what you're saying. Like living and having a good life, but also living and like exploring and experiencing new things and seeing new things. I get what you're saying. There's a balance.
So,
Are you okay?
yeah, I want to talk about Uncle Johnny.
Okay.
So, sorry.
No, take your time.
If you listen to Elvis Duran in the Morning Show, you know of Uncle Johnny, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's not doing well right now. And the reason this came up was because of Uncle Johnny, because he has truly lived his life, right? Like when I worked there, I heard stories from him that like he really lived his life.
Mm-hmm.
And so it makes you think like now he's at this point where like he's like, who knows what's going to happen? Like he's not doing well. And it just makes you think like, are you really living the life that you want to live? Right? Like I look at his life, and this is weird for me to say this, but like I look at his life and I'm like, he really lived. And I don't know if he feels that way, but I think he does, just by the way that he like tells his stories and the way that like he talks about the things that he's done in life. he seems happy with like the things that he's done, and like he doesn't look back and be like, shit, I wish I did this. He's like, let me tell you about this crazy shit that I did.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fucking awesome. Like, I want to be Uncle Johnny's age and look back at that shit and be like, this is what I did, and it's awesome. And that's what made me think really about this question of like, would you give a year off of your life to do something that you really want to do? And it's like, maybe you don't even need to give a year off of your life. Maybe it's that you just need to do the shit that you want to do. And maybe you just need to think about it like that. Where like, if I'm however old, 80, 90 years old, and I look back and I'm like, shit, I wish I did that. Like, if you're making a decision, you're like, ugh, when I'm really old, like when I'm fucking old and I look back and I'm like, ugh, I wish I did that. If you think that you would, if you would say that you regret it, you should just fucking do it.
Hell yeah. I 100% agree with you.
Because like life is too short, but then at the same time, it's really fucking long. So you have to find that balance of like, how do you make your life super enjoyable, but also live a life where you can legitimately live.
I'm with you. I mean, we talk about living the dash all the time.
Right.
Doing what is going to make you happy and live your life to the fullest that you absolutely can. The things that excite you, the things that you always push off that you should just do because you never know what can possibly happen. But we don't often talk about how long we're going to live and the idea of like that balance between making sure that we're set for the long haul and good for the long haul, health wise, money wise, things like that, while also still living our lives and doing the fun things that we want to do.
Yeah, because what you said earlier, like, you don't know when you're gonna die, right? Like, it could be like, for me, it could be tomorrow. Like, I could walk outside and get hit by a fucking bus.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that would suck. That would be a really shitty way to die.
Yes.
But like, you just don't know. Or like, the point of like, would you give up a year of your life? What if I die at 30, right? Like, I just turned 28. So what if I died at 30 and I literally have just this year? I have these 2 years to live, but I give up a year of my life. So I only live to be 29, but I get to do whatever it is that I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I would still do that.
I agree with you because I would too. Because I just always, like you said, I always want to look back and I don't ever want to have that, oh, I regret not doing this or I should have done that different or wow, like all my friends did this together and I skipped that one out for whatever reason. Like, and now I
Right.
regret it because I wish I went with them. Like, I never want to live my life that way. And I think that's also partially because of learning from my parents and my grandparents and them saying about the things that they regret and the things that they never got to experience and how excited they get when I say like, "Oh, I'm going to go visit this place or go do that," or I say, "I'm going to randomly go on a cross country trip even though I have no money and no job and no idea what the fuck I'm going to do next." And everyone's like, "Do it. Go for it. Do what you have to do for you." And I'm
Right.
lucky to have people like that around me that support me in doing those things. But my point of this, like I said, is mostly just that so far, I can't look back. I mean, I'm still very young. I'm 28, but I can't look back on anything and say I regret anything. There's nothing in my life thus far that I regret.
I would say that I regret not studying abroad when I was in college,
Okay.
but I made up for that by traveling a shitload
Exactly. So
since I graduated college.
you can't really say that you regret it then.
Yeah, I guess it's true because I wouldn't have probably would not have had the experiences that I had if I did end up going to study abroad.
So I used to always say that one of the hardest decisions I had to make was I was supposed to study abroad in Australia. And I was ready to go. I was accepted into the program. Everything was great. And then I got my internship with Elvis Duran in the morning show. And I had to make a decision on whether or not I was going to study abroad in Australia or take my internship with with Elvis Duran.
That's why I didn't
And
study abroad.
it was one of the most difficult decisions that I ever made, but I picked Elvis Duran in the morning show. And if I didn't, I don't know what the fuck I would be doing right now or what path I'd be down. I can't say whether it'd be better or worse or whatever it might be. But what I can say is that I don't regret not studying abroad. I through that internship, made so many friendships, learned so much, started my career in a way that I never imagined it starting, started this podcast because of it. Like, I've learned and grown so much just by that one decision that I can't say that I regret not studying abroad.
I don't know. I still think I regret it, but I just take what has come from it and seeing the positives from it.
Okay. That's not a bad way to look at it either.
But yeah, I guess I think what I love about doing this podcast and what I love about you and I doing this is that we're not just like, yeah, go live your fucking life. You're going to regret it if you don't do that. Like, you and I realize that you have to be able to live.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, a lot of motivational speakers and things like that will just encourage you to go do these things that you're going to regret if you don't do them, and don't think about the consequences of what can happen if you actually do that and you don't have a plan, or you don't have the funds to actually do it. Where you're like, yeah, go quit your job and go fucking travel the world, but you're broke and you'll figure it out. Money will come. Like, that's not realistic. Right? So like, what you and I realize is that you have to figure it out. Like, you can't just make these rash decisions and figure that everything will fall into place.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, when you went to Seattle with Carla and Anthony, like, you knew you were coming back to a house.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, your dad will welcome you back into that house. It's not like you were going with them and then you're like, shit, I have nowhere to live.
Totally.
So, I mean, that's the struggle that I feel like everyone lives, is how do you live the life that you want to live while also being able to live, and support yourself.
Yeah. I 100% agree with you. I also am not an idiot to the fact that I am very fortunate, as I'm sure that you are not blind to that fact either, that you are also very fortunate, because the two of us we have a good life. We
Yeah.
have parents that we can fall back on, which is something that a lot of people don't have. And we have friends that we can fall back on in situations like this. So we have those things. Not everybody does, but that also doesn't mean that you shouldn't go live your life and do what you have to do. You just have to think of a different plan than what our plan was.
Yeah.
I got off easy. My plan was I come back home and I get to live with my dad or my mom or AJ's parents or whoever, because I was lucky enough to have those options. It may have been a different plan if I didn't have those things. That doesn't mean that there isn't a plan, though. You can always figure out a plan. It's just which one's going to be right for you.
Right. So I will always push someone to do what they want to do and live their dreams and live the life that they want to live, because, at the end of the day, you don't know how long your life is going to be. Life is short, or life is really fucking long, right? You need to be able to plan to support yourself for a long period of time, even though you don't know how long your life is going to be. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be able to live out your dreams. So it's just a matter of like figuring out what the fuck that means for you.
It's got to be a
so
balance.
Like you said, right, it's got to be a balance. But like, I will all day, every day support anybody going to do what it is that they want to actually do. Because no matter how long your life is, like we're 28, right? What if we live to be, let's say we live to be 100 years old.
No, Jesus Christ,
I hope that happens.
I don't want to be 100.
Are you kidding me? I hope I live to be 100.
Oh, it's way too long, Jake.
So that's 72 more years that we would have to live.
Oh, no.
72 more years. Right? Or we could die at fucking 32.
No, I don't want that either. I want some middle ground here.
But I'm saying, like, if we have 72 more years to live, we have to have a plan of like, I need to be able to support myself for these many years. But then at the same time, like, I want to go do these things. Like, for me, I want to go fucking travel the world. Like, I've never been to London. I've never been to a lot of places in Europe, right? Like, I want to see things. And some people don't. Like, some people have other dreams, and that's fine. But, like, I know what my dreams are. So my goals, at least in the near future, is to, like, figure out how to make that happen, but also be able to support myself where I can afford to live in this apartment. And I can afford whatever else it is in my life, right? Like, I just got a car. That's fucking expensive. Like, I have to be able to pay for my car because I have it for the next 3 years. So anyway,
I'm listening to you, but I'm so stuck on the 72 more years. That scares the shit out of
Dude,
me.
that's a long
Like,
fucking
that
time.
is far too long, Jake. That
No,
is
it's not. It's not
far
too
too
long.
long.
You telling me you would not be, you would be the greatest 100-year-old person in the world.
I'd probably be such an asshole.
Exactly, but you're going to be like, there's going to be a new version of social media and you're going to be so famous because you're going to be just that like asshole grandma. And it's going to be amazing. And I'm going to like every single one of those posts.
Like one of those old people who just literally doesn't have any fucks left to give because they're like, yo, I've been here way too long. I just don't care anymore.
That's going to be you at like 95, 96.
That's already basically me now. It's going to be so much worse at 90.
Oh, I'm excited. So yeah, this got way, way more deeper than I was expecting, but
You did say
I've
it was a
just,
big question, and I
it
thought
was
that
a big
you
question.
were blowing it out of proportion, but it was a big question.
No, I wasn't trying to tie it to Uncle Johnny, and then he just like came to mind, and I've been thinking about that a lot. And
Of course. I mean, I think we're all really thinking about him, everybody that knows him right now, because it is scary when they say, someone that you know and you care about and who has had an impact on your life in a positive way is having a hard time right now and you don't know what's going to happen.
yeah, the only thing you can do is stay positive.
Yeah. Lots of positivity, lots of good vibes. So we're going to stick with the positive and good vibes.
I hope we bring positivity and good vibes to your day.
Well, even if we don't, we're going to try to right now. Or even if we didn't, we're going to try to right now because
Oh God,
it is time for shower thoughts.
I'm feeling a little like I haven't showered in a while, so this is good.
Ew. When's the last time you showered, Jake?
Don't ew, just get in the shower with me.
Oh, yeah, you smell.
Thanks. I can't smell now because I'm all stuffed up.
Well, the vapors from the steam will help.
Have you ever put eucalyptus in your shower?
No, but I want to.
I didn't even know that was a thing until recently.
It's supposed to be really amazing for like your skin and just your whole insides.
I'm down.
Anything good for my insides because my insides need it.
Maybe next time we do shower thoughts, we get some eucalyptus.
Oh my God, amazing idea. All right, Jake, what is
Ricki,
your stinky ass thinking?
you know what I'm thinking in the shower? That I never think first in the shower. But anyway, I'm going to do that today. You know, when it rains, you ever think that like tall people get wet first?
Yeah, actually, personally, I do because I'm really fucking short.
I think I'm like average height, so it's like weird because like some people get, it's like, Ricki, what are you thinking in the shower?
Well, I'm thinking about how it's pretty fucked up when you ask what color is a watermelon and you get two very different answers.
What do you mean?
Because if I say to you, what color is a watermelon, what are you going to say?
Green.
But when you're eating a watermelon, what color is a watermelon?
No, it's red, pink.
Yeah. So you get two very different answers to the same question about what color a watermelon is.
Holy shit.
They're two vastly different colors. The outside and the inside. Kind of like us.
Very different on the outside and the inside. Is that a good thing?
I don't know.
Okay.
Now I just think we're getting creepy and weird again.
This is a nice shower, though. I'm really enjoying this.
I hope it's helping your stuffed up nose.
It's not. We need some eucalyptus.
Ah, damn it. I don't have any of that on hand today.
Oh, that was intense. That was like a fucking roller coaster of emotions today. I was not ready for that.
I think you needed it. If
Yeah,
we're
I
being
haven't
entirely honest.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you did get to talk about it and you did get to take a moment to actually think about it because I'm sure you haven't really just thought about it.
Oh, I haven't.
It's one of those things that is happening, but you don't want to think about it. You don't want to fully think about what exactly is happening.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that I got to share this awkward moment with everyone.
It's not awkward. It's a real genuine moment that you had.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
We always say that we promise that we'll be the most real and genuine with everyone that we possibly can be.
And we are.
We talk about our good times and our bad
Sometimes,
times.
sometimes shit gets weird,
That's life.
and sometimes it gets real as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I'm really excited for next week because we have some very fun things in the works. I feel like we've never had
Do
this
we?
many fun things at one time. We have, I don't even know, do we want to even say what we're doing?
Have you told me of these said fun things, or are you
What
just
we're
planning
doing
things
this
without me?
weekend?
Oh, yeah, that is going to be fun. No, let's not tell anyone.
But we're doing something really fun, so you need to come back for next week.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Also,
Or
Ricki is starting.
I was going to say, obviously come back next week, but also follow us on social media because we always put like little hints as to what's going on our social media.
At 20SDN podcast, and Ricki will be starting. If you've listened to the past episodes, Ricki's going to be doing 5 jobs that she's never done before, and she will be starting those this week.
Yes, I'm really excited.
So she's going to keep you updated on our social media, and of course on hers at that chick Ricki. And you can text us 201-588-5139. We love positive vibes, especially this week.
Mm-hmm.
So send us something nice because we like nice things.
That was really nice.
And if you need something nice this week, let us know and we'll send you something nice.
What are we sending?
I haven't figured that out yet, but I wasn't going to tell them that.
Uh-oh. Is that when I was supposed to
Awkward.
end? Was I supposed to stop?
Awkward.
Catch you next week.
Bye.